Some things have certainly changed on the landscape here at Black Bear Forge, but it's not a complete loss. Almost 3 weeks ago, the Aspen Acres Fire started, about 8 miles from us, and we were evacuated early that morning. And it was several days before we had any news about exactly what had happened up here at our place. Did the house survive? Did the shop survive? And what is that going to mean for us in the long run? And for those watching here on YouTube, what's it going to mean for the YouTube videos in the long run? The good news is that the house and the shop, including the little shop, have survived, and I'm going to be able to get back to work at some point. Don't know if I'm going to right away or not. But the main things survived. Janet and I did well. Our cats evacuated with us, and all of that is going to work out just fine. But nearly everything else on our property is a total loss. If you've been following the cabin project up on the hill, that's gone. Janet's 1974 Chevy pickup is gone, and that was really a nice truck, so that was heartbreaking to see it go. All of the little sheds, outbuildings, and their contents pretty much completely destroyed. There is no structural damage to the shop, and everything in the shop survived. The only thing I have to deal with in this space is cleaning up ash, because a lot of fine ash drifted in. Everything in here has a fine layer of it, so that needs to be cleaned up. But all of the tools that were still in the shop are doing just fine. Shouldn't be any problem getting back to work. Now, if you've been paying attention, both here at Black Bear Forge and on my personal channel, John Switzer, you already knew that my goal for the year, and probably moving forward beyond this year, was to do one good video a month and try and focus more on both the craft here in the blacksmith shop instead of just making videos, as well as trying to do all the other things that I have to do out on this piece of property, including the cabin project. That was going to be my high priority for this summer. It's a total loss, including all of the tools and equipment that were up there, which unfortunately included some of the tools that I use here in the blacksmith shop. Cordless drill, impact driver, angle grinder, those kind of things. Not real big ticket items, but nevertheless, things that'll have to be replaced. And all of the other cleanup and recovering things that were lost that we actually need to replace, a lot of it we probably won't. It's just things we've acquired over the years. Our trailer with all of our rendezvous stuff in it, haven't been to a rendezvous in years. We've been trying to figure out who we would sell that stuff to and how we would get it out there into the world so somebody else could make use of it. That's all gone, so I guess I don't have to worry about that anymore. Still a loss, still has to be cleaned up and dealt with. So I'm going to have lots of that to do, going to have a fair number of expenses to deal with that, but our losses are nowhere near as great as the people who lost their homes and pretty much lost everything and are going to have to start all over, hopefully with help from their insurance companies, which are notoriously bad to deal with after an event like this. Now, a lot of people who have seen some of my videos over on my personal channel have commented that they would donate to a GoFundMe to help me recover some of the losses from this and try and get things back to some sense of normal around here. And while I really appreciate the gesture, I think those people who lost their homes, lost everything, or don't still have their way to make an income, if the shop had burned and I couldn't earn a living here in the shop, that would be a whole different story. But I think the people that have really lost so much are the ones that need those GoFundMes and those other contribution sites. And I don't want to distract from that because we will recover. It's going to be a long road. It's going to be a lot of hard work. I thought I was going to be able to be a little bit more retired in the next few years, but I'll be back to working 40, 50, 60 hours a week, whether I really want to be or not. So what does that mean for the videos here on YouTube? Well, the reality is my loss is your gain, because one of the ways that I can fund what I need outside of whatever insurance might pay is to simply make more videos. And the way you can support that effort is to watch the videos. Watch videos from beginning to end, watch multiple videos back to back, leave a comment, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. All of those things increase engagement, which means YouTube is going to push those videos out to more people and increase the viewership. That allows advertisers who are already paying to advertise on YouTube to help support me here at Black Bear Forge and help pay for the things we're going to need to replace. I'm sitting here looking at all these Stihl chainsaw sharpening files that I've got here. Both chainsaws burned up in the fire. So I don't actually need those till I replace the chainsaws. That's the kind of thing we're going to have to replace. Not sure what insurance will cover as far as the stuff in the outbuildings. The other thing that will help here is to really embrace the whole YouTube genre, which means going with more sponsors. I know people get annoyed at sponsorships, but YouTube is a business. YouTube is a way I earn a living, just like a whole lot of YouTubers out there. And sponsorships have the potential to be the best source of income to do that. I'm not going to do weird sponsorships. I probably get half dozen offers a day for meal kits and vitamin supplements, yoga pants, makeup, home security systems, all that kind of stuff. Those are not the kind of sponsorships I'm going to do. But if there are things that I think might be useful here in the shop, useful for me to get back to work and start recovering, heck, if Stihl wants to provide a chainsaw so we can start clearing some of the dead and down trees, that would be wonderful. Doubt they will, but those are the kind of sponsorships that I'll take, either here on this channel or on the other channel. Another way you can support the channel is through channel memberships, or if you don't like advertisers, you don't like sponsorships, paid Patreon members get the videos generally ad-free and generally sponsor-free. There's always some variables in there. I had to upload some while I was gone that I would have made ad-free, but I didn't have the video file with me, so all I could do is link to the YouTube video on Patreon, and it had ads. Or if the video is all about a specific product that was sent by a sponsor, those products have to be in there, or the Patreon patrons don't get that video. But the best thing you can do is just watch the videos beginning to end, and if you really want to provide financial support, Patreon is probably the best place to do that. $5, $10 a month not only gets you the early access to videos, but in most cases, ad-free, sponsor-free. So those are the things that are really going to help out around here. And the more income the YouTube channel brings in, the more I can devote my time to making videos. If I'm making videos and the YouTube channel is just sort of kind of making an income, but customer product is making a better income, which typically it does. I usually make about 4 times as much for an hour in the shop making a product to sell that I do making a video, which is one reason I was making fewer videos this year. But the reality of being evacuated for 3 weeks is that I couldn't make any customer product. I couldn't access the products that were already made that people would have bought while I was gone because they were here, and I couldn't ship those products, and I didn't know if those products were going to survive after the fire. So YouTube was the thing that was bringing in some income. Not as much as the customer products, but it was still there. It was still working. It still brought in enough income to make a difference while we were evacuated and not able to live here. So for that reason, I would really like to lean more heavily into YouTube again. I like making YouTube videos. I like sharing what I'm doing with you folks here. And while I hate to make it about the money, if it doesn't earn an income, it doesn't really work out. So we'll make more videos so there's more for you to watch, which means there's more ad revenue coming in, more opportunities for sponsorships, and I will try to keep those sponsorships as relevant as I can. I hope all this makes sense. I've got a couple of videos already scheduled. One was a video on a fire striker that I actually posted on Black Bear Forge 2 about a year ago, and always thought I should have posted it on this channel. So I've taken that video off of Black Bear Forge 2. I'm going to repost it here. And then I have a long video. I compiled all of the videos for the gate project. I compiled into one long video. It's something like 4 hours long. If you want to see a big compilation of this, that's going to be available in the next few weeks. And by then, I should be back to work in the shop regularly. I'm going to try and make at least one video a week right here in the blacksmith shop. I'm going to try and make one video a week on the personal channel to keep people updated with our fire recovery efforts. If you want to follow that, follow me over on John Switzer. And if I can do it and time allows, I may bring back something reminiscent of the Hook of the Week project. May not all be hooks, but maybe I'll call it a scrap pile challenge or something like that, where we take small cutoffs and things that a lot of people would send to the recycler and repurpose those into something useful. And now that I'm saying this, maybe we can turn some of the fire recovery into project videos, either by restoring tools that were damaged in the fire, or perhaps using materials that whatever the original thing was too far gone to restore, but scrap some of the materials out of the buildings that burned and repurpose them into something useful. Maybe we'll call it the Phoenix Rising from the Ashes series. I don't know. Anyways, I've rambled long enough. Thank you for stopping by to watch the video. We will be back to blacksmithing. Black Bear Forge survives. I'm not going anywhere. We're going to have a lot more videos coming in the future, so I hope you stick around. Thanks for watching. I hope you have time to get out to your shop, make something, have fun, but stay safe, wear your safety glasses, and we'll see you for the next video.